Hey guys, how's it going? Brother Arcanine here with you. Boy, it has been a while. So today, if you couldn't guess by the title, we're going to do some Pokemon Let's Go OU on Pokemon Showdown. I figured I haven't been doing this for so long, and I was just like, oh, items, abilities, uh, EV spreads, complicated, speed tiers and all that. And I was like, I just want to ease back into it. Like, I just want to play a game of Pokemon, basically. And then I was like, okay, let's go OU. So easy. All you do is natures, moves, and pick them on. These the only items are the Mega Stones, so you can have whatever Megamons you want. Uh, and then, yeah, just moves, and a lot less moves than like 7th generation. Not a great example. Like, yeah, you can see they've got not all the moves that they would have in 7th gen. Certain Pokemon have like pretty slim pickings for their move spreads. But anyways, I just want to go over the team real quick. First off here, Megazam is too good. Like I'm going to tell you right now, if you're building a team, it doesn't have Megazam Timid Nature on it, like you're doing it wrong. It's just no, it's just too good. Like I basically built this team as a counter to like what I was seeing running around a lot, which was Mega Gengar and Melmetal. So this is basically the Gengar counter. It outspeeds and just destroys him with Psychic in one hit. So Mega Gengar is literally like not an issue. This is a check, not a counter. Do not switch Mega Alakazam in to Gengar and die to Shadow Ball. That's not the way to win. So anyways, the moves just real quick and simple. Uh, Psychic obviously being your stab. Dazzling Gleam is good for Alolan Muck, which runs around the team. Oh yeah, the other thing about doing Let's Go OU is just Gen 1 Pokemon plus Melmetal plus Megas plus Alolan forms. So really easy to like, pick your team that way. No. So anyways, got Dazzling Gleam just for Alolan Mucks and other things like that. Maybe a Dragonite or whatever, hit better, but basically Psychic, Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball as well. Just good for opposing like Alakazam's Muse, big bulky Psychic types, things like that. And then Calm Mind, never really used it, but obviously if you get the opportunity to, it could be good, especially if you're against a Mega Alakazam and you're going to speed tie, then you're basically guaranteeing you're going to knock them out with Shadow Ball, and that they're not going to be able to knock you out with Shadow Ball. So yeah, that's basically where it comes in handy. Otherwise, just you're literally the fastest mon in the tier. You're tied for first with Mega Aerodactyl and Electrode. So yeah, nothing, or unless I'm on speed boosts and stuff, obviously. But yeah, you're unboosted the fastest. So anyways, here's the next mon. This was the Melmetal counter. So Will-O-Wisp, because they do run Earthquake, things like that. And then I just made it a special Arcanine instead of a physical one because, like I said, it's a Melmetal counter, and Melmetal's got really good defense, so it's doing better to hit it with Fire Blast. You could put Flamethrower on here, but Fire Blast obviously was guaranteeing 2-hit KOs, where Flamethrower wasn't. Will-O-Wisp, so it's like kind of like a utility plus agility. Again, speed's really important, I feel. So yeah, just being able to agility up on something and guaranteed to get a hit or two off on something, because Arcanine's naturally bulky. I mean, come on, it's the best Pokemon. Let's be real. So anyways, yeah, that's that. Next up, you'd think Golan's a Stealth Rocker, but actually it's this Mew. Just, again, real utility. Scald for burns over Will-O-Wisp because he needed a damaging move he could stay in and like fight things. So Toxic plus Scald allows him to kind of stay in. U-turn, obviously, really good for just getting in and out. I just made mine bold. Shrugs. Yeah, no real reason for that, other than U-turns just to get out, and Scald is kind of good damage. And also because Scald is great for Golem, Rhydon, basically, obviously any rock types or Pokemon that are weak to this. So with this minus nature, you run the risk of not one-hit KOing things like a Golem and stuff. But this way you absolutely do, even unboosted. Just don't be a minus nature. So anyways, yeah, really good Stealth Rocker. And I like his speed better because a lot of the mons that use Taunt are slower than Mew. Of course, there are still faster mons like Aerodactyl and stuff like that. But yeah, I didn't want to run a Taunt set on this one, so that's why it's not a plus speed nature. Anyways, going on to Golem here, just an offensive Golem. Earthquake, Explosion, Rock Slide, Fire Punch. Fire Punch is obviously good for like Venusaurs and other bulky plant types like plant types. Did I just say grass types? For example, Executor is another one that runs around. So if you can get it on the Switch, kind of thing. Obviously, it would normally stay in. And then this, you're like, why has this person done this? Golem speed, as you saw, 72. That's with the boosted nature. Now, unboosted nature, Muck, Alolan, only 71 speed. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And then usually you're going like an Adamant Monk or like a more defensive Muck, like you're not boosting a Muck speed ever. So basically, I'm outspeeding every Muck out there and then being able to hit it with a nasty Earthquake for serious damage. I can't remember if it OHKOs, but I think after rocks it does. I think that's why I put it on like this. Next we got Venusaur. Just a really defensive set. Venusaur is one of the mons you'll see it because they have Mega Drain, but they don't have Giga Drain in this generation. Yeah, a lot of good grass moves gone here. So basically, your option, like I wanted to kind of do one that was like an offensive Venusaur with like Petal Dance and all that, but honestly, this Venusaur just puts in the work. I just make it a plus special defense nature for basically like Alakazam and Gengar and like all those kinds of mons who are going to try and hit you with Psychic or Fire moves. So yeah, literally, your goal is to Leech Seed, Sleep Powder, protect Sludge Bomb around. I put Sludge Bomb on just to give it some good damage as opposed to Mega Drain, which it like can OHKO Golem, but against most other things, you're better off just like fighting as opposed to just trying to heal stall because Mega Drain's not really giving you a lot against most Pokemon that are running around in the tier right now. Like Zapdos is really common, Melmetal is really common, so yeah, you're not getting a lot of recovery off of most of those mons that are common. So for final mon, I just threw in Zapdos because it's like a staple. So I have Thunderbolt, Roost, U-turn, Toxic on it. A lot of people running Drill Peck over either Roost or Toxic, I believe. Or maybe U-turn. Obviously, Drill Peck's like the one other move that you kind of throw in unless you're doing something weird with screens or whatever, or you're doing like an agility subset. I just made mine modest because yeah, he's like I would recommend like Timid unless you're Drill Peck over Thunderbolt, but I wouldn't ever get rid of Thunderbolt. So I really think this has really worked out well. It does a lot of extra damage, so like I say, like the very common Pokemon, Melmetal, allowing you to KO it or pretty close, whereas you don't have a chance at all if you're not modest or special attack boosting nature. So anyways, I have some pre-recorded battles I'll do right now and just go over with you guys. Alright, so first match here, we're leading off with Mew, obviously, because he's a Stealth Rocker, and looking at his team, I can kind of figure his Stealth Rocker's Arrow. So obviously having Scald is real good against it. I decided to go for that turn one, get the burn, and as you can see, it's going to be a 2-hit KO in any case. And here, in case they have taunt. I don't wanna just kill the Aerodactyl outright or whatever. I want to get my rocks up now, hoping it doesn't go Zapdos because I want to be able to start chipping away at Zapdos. And then I know this Aerodactyl won't be a problem anytime it comes in because my Mew can handle it. So anyways, we got that burn off. He does unfortunately get the defense drop here with the crunch, but we're able to get our rocks up, and all it does is get like, what, 12% more damage than he would have otherwise. So I'm really not too upset about it. Coming in here, Mew comes in. I didn't really know exactly what type of Mew it would be, but for that reason, I didn't want to switch anything in, and figured Mew can just kind of stay in here, go for Toxic. But it turns out to be a pretty bad call here because he's actually this bulk up facade set. Yeah, I don't think we were living that. Uh, put it on normal. Sorry, just fixing the screen there. So yeah, even against this thing, which is a total monster, I'm like, if I get a Leech Seed Protect thing going with the Toxic, I can definitely take on this Mew. But this Legend here, oh, also, I didn't think it had like Zen Headbutt or any kind of Psychic move. So I felt Venusaur was fairly safe, being like one of my bulkiest mons, aside from Golem, but I did want to keep Golem around just to deal with the Zapdos and potentially get an Earthquake off on the Gengar as well. But yeah, this guy's got Dragon Tail, so brings him out into the Arcanine. I believe here I just decided to Agility because I figure I'll live one of anything just because I'm so bulky. And then here just safely go for the Dragon Pulse. Knock out the Mew. And then they send in Poliwrath, and I decided to Will-O-Wisp here, thinking that I can Willow live at least one, and then also get like a Fire Blast or Dragon Pulse off. But obviously, Poliwrath is not that weak. So luckily get the burn though, so that kind of neuters Poliwrath a bit here, and I'm able to just come in, Leech Seed, do my thing. The Legend has Hypnosis, unfortunately misses. I mean, it's a low chance, but like, yeah, that could have made the battle go a different way, obviously. Here, not predicting the switch, but I'm just going to stay in and keep Leech Seeding because this Venusaur is just so bulky. So bulky. And yeah, there I figure I could protect and do the whole Leech Seed stall thing, or I could Leech Seed again, predicting the switch, but if I just Sleep Powder, I'm faster than Melmetal. If I land, it goes to sleep. If they switch, that thing goes to sleep, and then I can Leech Seed again anyway, safely. So yeah, I'm literally able to 1v1 this Melmetal, even though I can't touch it, because Sludge Bomb's immune. So I went into Golem there. Earthquake damage, obviously, being my only option now that my actual Melmetal counter is dead. Poor Arcanine. And then this guy makes, I don't know how he made this play. I don't know what he predicted or whatever, but maybe he was just trying to like sack his Wrath, potentially. And let the Melmetal come in on something like Alakazam that doesn't really touch Melmetal. But anyway, yeah. Turns out being a great play for him because I'm forced to switch into Zapdos. Obviously, it doesn't do a lot of damage here with the Waterfall, and I'm opting to Roost right here. I figured it was the best play because if Gengar came in, I would not be able to live from 51% from a Shadow Ball or a Sludge Bomb. So didn't want to stay in at only 51% if he switched into Gengar. And then I figured at max, I can then potentially take on the Gengar or at least be able to U-turn out into Alakazam after. But yeah, he goes Melmetal here, and then I'm just going to be able to KO this thing. Luckily, he stays asleep, and I get to Thunderbolt him to death. Next comes in his own Zapdos. I decide that he's probably going to Roost here, so I decide to go for my own Toxic. Yeah, he's probably a plus speed nature, so he outspeeds me. So yeah, we end up both getting Toxic on this round. And it turns out I should have just gone for Thunderbolt, because then I would have had one less round of Toxic damage. But that is what it is. I don't really care. So from here, we can see the damage he's going to do with Shadow Ball, 47%. Oh, I guess I would have lived that one, but maybe it's a roll. Anyways, we get that nice chip off on there. And yeah, at this point, you know, Raph status, burned and half health. And then Gengar obviously slower, so Megazam just came and cleaned up, so they opted to forfeit there. Which, yeah, you didn't have a way of winning, so Um, Obviously good to just be like, hey, I lose and just move on and keep playing the game, right? So yeah, that was a good game, fun game. Thank you to Forlin. Next we got this old game. Yeah, so anyways, I decided to lead off with my rocker again. Thinking they'll lead Aerodactyl again. Or Mew, which I'm fine to attempt to 1v1. Anyways, I figure first turn this thing is just going to agility up, so I just decided to get up my rocks because I know even if he's got like X's or something, like I'm not going to die. Like look at this. Eat that for breakfast. So hoping for the Skull Burn here, and unfortunately do not get it. And I decide I don't actually want to lose my Mew this early, so switch it out for the Venusaur here. And yeah, he's going to start eating, fearing that grass move, Mega Drain or whatever, but obviously different grass move coming out here. And I'm pretty much able to 1v1 that Muck, and he knows it, so he's just switching out into Zapdos. And again, would have been a good call to go for the Leech Seed there, but is what it is. I go for the Leech Seed here. And so, predicting the switch, I just went for Sludge Bomb. And also, Aerodactyl can't really touch Venusaur because, well, they do have Wing Attack, but a lot of them don't run it. Like you'll see Crunch, Stealth Rocks, sometimes Taunt. I wouldn't say there's a lot of roosting out there, but it's an option. And then like Rock Slide, Earthquake, like you don't see a lot of Wing Attack Stab because Mega Aerodactyl doesn't have its ability in this generation. So it's just a 60 base power move. It doesn't get boosted to a 90 base power move. So obviously not that great. Well, not 90, I don't think. Sorry, arguing with my head. Anyways, so yeah, you see that's basically the most damage he can do to me. I ain't worried. We out here living. I don't want to kill it here with Sludge Bomb because I want that HP. So obviously I'm just gonna go for because he hasn't burnt a turn of sleep yet. This is gonna be like guaranteed he's asleep here. So guaranteed he's asleep here. Take that, and now I'm gonna go for Protect in case he wakes up, which he doesn't, and then I get that extra little bit of health. Now he's into a Alolan Muck, and I think he forgot that I can 1v1 this thing. But anyways. Yeah, so between Protect and all that, obviously, I'm looking pretty good here, up to 55%. So it's going to be pretty much a roll. I outspeed, I sleep powder. I guess there I had a 25% chance to like die or whatever, but it is what it is, and I end up 1v1ing and defeating that Muck pretty handedly. Yeah, so they end up forfeiting there from being totally destroyed. So much. I mean, I don't know what this set was. Mega Gyarados actually big threat, really big threat, but I had rocks up, so take 25% on the entry, and then Bulky Venusaur with Leech Seed plus Dazzling Gleam on Alakazam. Yeah, so again, Alakazam kind of pretty much came in and cleaned up all over the place there. Kingler basically had to agility up to do anything to anything, and I always had Will-O-Wisp plus Scald available. So it was looking pretty good for me. Not the best game, but I was having a lot of trouble finding games because not a lot of people were playing it on Showdown. So I basically just took the best games that I could get, kind of thing, to show you guys. So here, I actually don't lead off with Mew because I see that they see my team. I see you seeing. And I'm assuming they're going to think Golem's going to come out first, being my stealth rocker, so I think they're going to send out Tentacruel. So I decided to lead with Zapdos, because obviously Thunderbolt's the best thing I have to deal with this thing. Well, Psychic too, but looking at this team, I mean, Psychic destroys Hitmonlee, then Shadow Ball destroys this, Psychic destroys this. Once I get my rocks up, this is at 50, so I can just Psychic there. This is at 50 after rocks, so again, just a Psychic, and then Jolteon, I have speed, plus it's weak, plus I had 5 other Mons, so I'm not going to lead with the Mon. That'll destroy his entire team in case there's any weird things going on. So anyways, Zapdos, and he ends up leading Executor, which is great for me. U-turn out of there, 70%. If it wasn't a minus attack nature, might have killed him. Who knows? And I decided to go into Venusaur here. thinking he's going to go for Sleep Powder or Leech Seed, and obviously being able to completely resist that. Outspeed, Sludge Bomb dead. Kuno comes out. I think I can live like an Ice Beam, but I didn't realize he'd have Blizzard. Yeah, obviously I live that just barely. Get off my Sleep Powder, and then I can start doing what I've been doing, just Leech Seeding. Venusaur is too bulky. Look at this, Articuno. Couldn't even knock him out. Is what it is. There, it definitely should have tried to make a pro play and either Sludge Bomb or Leech Seed, because now I'm I'm just like, okay, this is it for me. Goodbye. So I go Golem here. Decide to Earthquake, obviously. Here I do get a crit on him, and I did the Calc, and the crit 100% mattered. So sorry about that, Ninja Wolf. Is what it is. You're confused after, so there's still a 50-50 plus rolls, it looked like. He probably had Earthquake. But then I outsped, and that Alakazam could have definitely done it. So anyways, but it could have mattered, obviously. So I decided to not sack my Golem yet, switch on in, just so I can have the immunity to electric moves. He goes for the Ice Beam. I'm going T-Bolts. He outspeeds. I probably should have roosted, but is what it is. Kind of would have kept me in going in circles. So like I say, out comes Zam, and this is perfect because he gives me the Mon. He gives me the Mon. That was the only Mon that was going to be able to survive a single hit from him. Well, if I had my rocks up anyway. Obviously regret not getting this up sooner, but it's all good. So I missed my Fire Blast here. He's got the damage, but here you see he does 64% to me. I land the Will-O-Wisp, and then knowing it's going to be in half, I'm like, hey, it's going to do 32%. I got 36%. We're staying in. We're going for Fire Blast, get some damage. And obviously it would have been great if I had landed the other one as well, because then it would just be gone. But is what it is. Arcanine doing the work. And now Hitmonlee looking like a stupid sack of potatoes. I get my Stealth Rocks up here, just because Articuno is the only one who really threatens Alakazam. So now that the Stealth Rock's up, he's kind of out of options here. I decided to stay in. Didn't think he'd have Mega Drain. And as it turns out, he would have totally been able to 1v1 me with that. Had I not gotten the burn, obviously. He didn't want to risk the burn, went for Scald, killed me. But now Zam just comes in and does what Zam do. Goes for Psychic twice and wins the game. Well, 3 times, because for some reason they click Protect. Like, why do that? Like the other person who forfeited when they had 2 mons left? Like that, I'm like, hey, good. You know? Like, we've played the game. We know who won. Good game. Like, here it's just like, why are you wasting time clicking Protect? Ninja Wolf. Grr. So anyways, guys, that was a few good battles. I'm going to have another Let's Go OU coming up real soon. Thanks a lot for watching. Let me know what you think. Have a great day. Peace out.